we'll see how well he's learned the last few days. I'm just going to lift on this rope, bump on it. He's insisting on going around. I'm going to bump on it. There. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. He actually knocked me off there, so that's not the best. He sort of overdid it a little, but that's all right. We'll refine that. Lift. Very cool. Good kid. Well done. So I'm not having to use the stick, I'm not having to cluck at him, I'm just lifting on that lead and he steps straight in. That's really cool. Give him a little rest there and a reward. Pat him all over. Pat the saddle. Desensitize him to that a little. Swing the stirrups back and forwards. Mooch over the other side. Good. Give him a good rub. Let him know he's done the right thing there. Right, now I want him to step away from the block for me. Good. Good. So I want him to step away. He's stepping in, stepping in. So the cue's the complete opposite. I've got my lead down nice and low, and I'm applying pressure to the hip and the ribs. I want him to step away. I don't want him to step in. So I'll add energy first and a bit of a point. It's a completely different cue, and then I'll tap him if he doesn't respond to the energy. Bit of a point, energy at the ribs. Good. So now I'm going to send him around. I'm going to actually ask him to go around. Again, completely different cue. Good. So this is really schooling him up to the block and how the block works. I want to yield a hind quarter. Good. Nearly. Good. Send him the other way. He's pulling on me a little there, but I'm going to be pretty lenient with him. We're trying to teach him something a bit new here. I haven't done this with him yet. Yield a hind quarter. Good. And can we back him up a step? Oh, half a step. That was pretty cool. Yeah, good. All right. Now from this position, I want to see if I can bring him into the block. I'm going to lift on this rein. Haven't had to cluck him. Haven't had to use the stick. Drop the rein there. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Well done, young man. Give him a good rub and a scratch there. And I really like the way he went about that. So from that position, from the one position, I've not had to move my feet at all. I've been able to send him away, or draw him into the block, then send him away from the block, send him around in a circle to the left, change direction, circle back to the right, yield the hind quarter, back up, and then draw him back into the block again. So that is really cool. And it's taken all of a few days really to teach him. I think I think we started working on it a week ago. But a few days sort of intensively working on this particular stuff. And then working on the fence work as well with him. Picked me up off the fence. It's probably spent 4 days really intensively on it. So that's really cool. I want to see if I can pick up a lateral flexion here without him moving his feet. So this is the way he doesn't like to flex. So I'm going to step down here because he wanted to step away. Finish the flex. Good. Get back up. Ask him to step in. Good. Now ask for the flex. Get down. Finish the flex. He wants to move his feet. I'm going to finish that flex. Good. No, he's wanting to snatch his head away. Finish the flex. He's wanting to turn his face upside down. I'm going to jiggle on it till he picks his pole up and flexes. Good. I'm going to go back to the block. And now he has to come from further out and more of an angle. Good. And now I'll ask for a lateral flexion again. That's better. Give him a release there. That's better. Good. Good. And I'll hold that, put a toe in the stirrup. Bounce up and down on that a bit. Pat his bum. Good. He's stepped out a bit there. I'm going to lift on that lead. Step into me. Good. Ask for that lateral flexion again. Put a toe in the stirrup. Lean over the saddle. Swing that stirrup backwards and forwards. Good. Step down and step off the block. Give him a little rest there. So he's still having a bit of trouble with that lateral flexion here. And we found that on the ground as well, as we saw this same side flexing to this near side. He doesn't like doing it. So it's just something that he's got to work on. He can do it if I make him, but I just have to correct him every time he wants to. I'll take up a feel there. His first move is to twist his face. So I might even, I'm going to bump on him there, make him pick up his pole, get up there. Now give it to me. Good, there. So I might even reach out and take hold of the front of the head collar and ask him to flex from there. That's better. Reach out, bump on it. He's getting a little bit lazy with it. He's wanting to lean on it. That's better. He's wanting to get a bit of voiding of that. Bump on it, bump on it, bump on it till he makes an effort. Bump on it. He's wanting to turn his face upside down. I'll keep hold of it. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle a little bit. He's not making an effort, he's leaning on it. So I'm just going to wait for him to make an effort here. So he's going to get irritated and a bit stubborn, and when he does that, he's going to lean on pressure. That's a bit of a warm blood thing. They do very much like to, that's a nicer flexion there. They do very much like to lean on pressure, the warm bloods. So he's not in the ideal spot for me here as far as mounting goes. I'm going to pick up my stick here again. And I'm going to send his bum away. Good. Again, send his bum away. Good. Now lift. I want his front feet to come forwards a bit as he steps in. There, good. That's a better spot. I'll ask him for a flex here. That's a nicer flexion. Good. And again. Much nicer. Alright. He's wanting to snatch it away, so I'm going to take it back up. Because he's insisting on snatching it away, I'm going to take it back up. I'm going to hold on to it until he gets soft and holds it for me. Good. And now I'll step back up on the block and we'll start again. Good. Good, much better. Put in the stirrup, bounce up and down, lay my weight over, go through the same process, pattern him, swing the stirrup backwards and forwards, rub my leg over, and then we sit, feet in both stirrups, and we let him get a bit of a release there. And I'll take back my flexion. That's better. Good. And I'll take back my flexion. Good. And I'll take back my flexion. He's getting a little bit resistant there. Want to turn his face upside down. Good. So when he does that, I'm just going to bump on him a little. And just remind him, hey, just get soft and get off it and it goes away. That's better. I'm going to put that left leg back, ask him for a hind quarter yield. Good. Give him a pat there. That's really cool. I'll flex him to the right. That's pretty nice there. I'll take that back again. He's wanting to lean on it there, so just jiggle on it, wait for him to make an effort. Turn his face upside down isn't the answer. If he wants to turn his face upside down, I'm going to lift up rather than coming to my hip and encourage him to pick that pole back up and straighten his face out. Alright, yield a hind quarter. He's not sure what to do here. There, as soon as he yielded the hind quarter off the leg, I'll release that leg. Good. So we'll work on that a little bit, but he's a bit unsure of that one. Jiggle the heel. Jiggle the heel. Jiggle the heel. He's lent the hip in the right direction, so we'll call that a little win, and I'll give him a release there. Now I'll put that leg back on. Jiggle the heel. There, good. Hold onto his face, wait for him to get soft. Good. Give him a little release there. Take up a lateral flexion. Left leg back. Jiggle the heel. He's wanting to pull on me. Pull him off that. Good. As soon as he moves that hip, release the leg. So the soft cue is, I'll pick up that lateral flexion. Soft cue is the left leg just goes back and leans on the hip. Little press. Then I jiggle the heel, stick the heel in and jiggle the heel. And then I'll cluck at him. Yeah, as soon as he moves that hip, everything goes away. Just hold onto his face, wait for him to stop his feet. Make sure he's soft. Good. And we'll do the same thing on the right again. Lateral flexion. Right leg back, squeeze. Jiggle the heel. Good. Much quicker response that time. He's a bit unsure where to put his feet. He's losing his balance a little bit, but we're getting there. And he's really cool with stuff around his face. I like that. I went to flick that lead up over his face there, and and he didn't, and it sort of got caught up around his eye, and he didn't think much of it, so he didn't pay any attention to it. So that's really cool. All right, so I reckon we're ready to go for a bit of a walk. I haven't asked him yet, so I'm going to hold on to his face here, make sure he stops his feet and he gets soft. Let's sort all my ropes out. All right, mate, give him a squeeze with both legs. There, good, he took a step forwards, release. Now squeeze again. Step forwards, release. Squeeze again. Step forwards, release. Good. Squeeze again. So every time he takes a step forwards, I'm going to give him a release and then go back to it. So he's trying to find a way laterally off this pressure. Step forwards, release. So I don't release if he steps laterally. Only forwards. Squeeze. 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 See, the way what he's showing me now is that he's real hesitant to move forwards. So at this stage, if he just gives me a couple of good steps forwards that feel kind of fluid, kind of like he's trying to walk somewhere and not like he's trying to be avoidant. So every time he stops his feet, I'll squeeze and then I start jiggling those feet and then cluck at him. He takes a step forwards, I release. So if he's spinning on the spot there, he's not sure where to go. So I just put him, he was sort of insistent on sticking his face in that fence there. There, he takes a step forwards and I release. As soon as he starts spinning again, I'll put my legs back on. So I'm not going to increase pressure too much here. I don't want to use a rope and give him a whack or anything like that. I might flick him just slightly, just to give him something else, a little bit of extra to think about. There's a step forwards, release. Squeeze. So I'm going to be real cautious with him. I don't want to add too much impulsion to where I'm going to create a reaction, because he's obviously really hesitant to move his feet. There's a step forward, release. Good, step forwards. So he's wanting to push on that fence there. So he's thinking stepping up to the fence is the thing to do, because we worked on that for the last few days. Going to jiggle those feet. There, he leans forward. I'll take him off. Squeeze. Jiggle those feet. He wanted to start pouring there, so I just flicked that lead under his chin just to distract his thought. There's a step forward. Good, and release. Squeeze. Step forwards. 2 steps. Cool. Three steps. 4 steps. Look out. Give him a pat there. He's thinking about it. I'm just going to flick this lead over the other side there. Squeeze. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're going somewhere. Squeeze again. He stopped his feet. Squeeze again. So he's not sure where to go. He's a bit unsure where to put his feet, I think. A little bit unsure of carrying my big butt. I'm going to put him under a little more pressure here. If he wants to spin circles there, and it comes off when he steps forwards. Now he wants to spin. I'm going to tuck those heels in, jiggle them on his ribs, cluck at him. There, now it goes away. There you go, kid. And now he wants to turn. Pressure's back on. And release. He wants to spin. Pressure's back on. And release. And release. Good. Now we're walking somewhere. So I'm just waiting. I want him to take a few steps where I can shut him down and then call it quits on my terms. I don't want him to stop his feet on his terms. And there I'll shut him down with a hind quarter yield. Good. And we'll quit there for today. That's really cool. So, first rides for me, you can see he's really struggling to get his feet moving. And so I'm not going to push too hard because mentally he's not ready for it. And so what we did there today is right on the edge of what he's mentally prepared for. And so we need to understand that and to avoid setting them up for a wreck, for a bronc ride, which, you know, nobody wants really, unless you're chasing social media views. But to set the horse up for a good start, the whole idea, I think, is just finding that limit of what they're ready for so they can learn from it, and then helping them to get good with it, and then push that limit a little bit further and a bit further. And we hit the limit of what he's ready for today, and I'm really happy with how that worked out. Well done, kid.